Falcon fans, Dirty Fanatics United is back with you live. As always, I'm your host, Chase, with my co-host, Philip. And Cody will be here very shortly. Actually, he's just checked in. Go ahead and throw him up in here in the box. Cody Keeler, first show as an official co-host. Everybody that's here, man, give a shout out to Cody. This is your first new co-host here at Dirty Fanatics United. Cody, if you want to speak on that for a minute, what that means for you as a fan to actually join a podcast here at Dirty Fanatics United, now's your chance.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I appreciate you bringing me on to the team. It means a lot that other Falcon fans recognize your Falcon fandom. So I appreciate it a lot, guys, bringing me on. Like I say, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cody, it's a pleasure to have you on, brother. Like I said, in my Facebook post, man, your story alone, from all the way from New Mexico to Atlanta to cheer for these Falcons, kind of really sold me on the thing that Cody had to be here on the podcast. So definitely glad to have Cody here. Cody, Philip, a lot has happened in the past. I believe it's been 3-4 days since we've last spoken. Falcons have been working, and they've been working fast. The title of this show is Move After Move, What's Next? That's very true because you got your OC, you got your defensive coordinator. You're just missing the quarterback, maybe a receiver too, maybe a pass rusher. Philip, your thoughts on the hire of our offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson. We'll talk about him. We'll go around the table, and then we'll talk about our new DC.
I think it was a good hire, from a guy that's been moved to certain positions, like from assistant QB coach and wide receiver, assistant wide receiver coach and stuff like that, and then eventually moved up to play calling. That means something. It means Raheem Morris has trusted him, and hopefully, from what we've seen, from this past year, maybe that helps our offense spark a little bit something more because we didn't really have that this year. So maybe that's a good sign.
Speaking on the offense from last year or this year, Arthur Smith back in the NFL coaching, Steelers offense coordinator. So shout out to you, Smith. Do you thing over there in Steeler Nation? But when you come to Atlanta, you taking the whooping. Cody, your thoughts on the new OC, Zach Robinson, here in Atlanta? We spoke on it during fan night. You had some stats on Zach Robinson. You was pretty excited about that hire. You was expecting it. Your thoughts on Zach Robinson?
Yes. Well, I think it's a great hire. Say it's definitely going to be a little bit different than what Coach Smith brought. Zach there runs an 11 personnel, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. Rams ran at 82% of the time, which I believe was 19th most in the NFL, where we ran at 14% of the time, which was the lowest in the NFL. So I think it's going to bring a little bit more of an explosion to our offense here with Drake London. You got Kyle Pitts running out wide. Don't get me wrong. I think Bijan is going to be a huge part of the offense, obviously. And that run game is going to be critical. But I think this is going to really help. You spread out Kyle, you spread out Robinson, you spread out, London out there, and then you get Tyler in the backfield. This offense can be real dangerous under Zach Robinson.
Yeah. And as you talk there, targets about how it could be crazy with Zach Robinson, there's been rumors. I'm not going to say who's told me this or linked it to me, but supposedly T. Higgins has talked to the NFL about playing for the Atlanta Falcons. I've heard that could be a possibility, a meeting or interview, whatever, as soon as the season ends. Possibly their top candidate in receiver 2 for the Atlanta Falcons. Philip, if you remember last year, T. Higgins was a guy that was linked to Atlanta a couple of times. We talked about it here last year on the show. We're big fans of T. Higgins. Cody, your thought on T. Higgins?
Yeah, man, super explosive guy. I think, really anybody that you add to this offense is going to be good, man. I would say you look at, some of the guys that they brought in with the tight ends, getting big production.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I was just agreeing with everything.
That's it, man. I would say, like I say, with running that 11 personnel, you get the 3 wideouts. We're going to be dangerous. You bring in a T. Higgins. Say there's, what do you do? Do you double Kyle? Do you double Bijan while he's out there? We've got potential to have a real, I'm not going to say 16 type offense, but right up there with it.
Philip, I've kind of already know your thoughts on T. Higgins, but for the fans here that don't, your potential thoughts of T. Higgins landing here in Atlanta as receiver 2.
Man, kind of like what he said. Who are you going to guard? I mean, you that's going to leave somebody like Bijan or Drake for one, or possibly Kyle Pitts. You leave somebody open, and that can almost maybe lead up to a explosive play. So that's going to be exciting to see if it happens. I'm excited to see if it happens.
Some really, really, really big names as far as receivers comes to free agency. You're looking at a guy, Mike Evans, a guy that's been doing it big time in the league for years, a couple of 1,000-yard seasons, year after year after year. Mike Evans, he is the dirty stepbrother, but Mike Evans is definitely a mirror, or Drake London is definitely a mirrored object of Mike Evans. And to see two receivers like that in Atlanta, boy, what a scene it would be with Mike Evans and Drake London. Don't know the contract talk, don't know the money there, so we're not even going to get into it because that's free agency, man. Free agency is going to be freaking crazy, and there's going to be so much to talk about when it comes to that. But Philip, some more breaking news in Atlanta. The Atlanta Falcons have hired their DC. Philip, you had a couple stats, I believe, on the DC, or was it the OC you had?
I think it was Robinson. Yeah.
Okay. But Cody, you want to talk on the defense coordinator a little bit of the guy that we've officially hired here? Another one that Raheem has roots with. This coaching staff is very united. Your thoughts on the whole situation with the new DC?
Yeah, at first I didn't really know a whole lot about Jimmy Lake. I did a little bit of research on the guy. Coached with Raheem with the Bucks in 2007. Was with Boise State from 12 to 13. He was the head coach for the University of Washington through, I believe it was 19 through 21. I can't remember. I would say he's coached both sides of the ball as well. So like Raheem, he's got knowledge in both sides. I would say there's a bunch of stuff here. I would say when he was with the Huskies, the defense in the Pac-12 was ranked 18th. Let's see here. They went 8-5, lost to the Hawaii Bowl. They were 19th in yards allowed or points allowed, which was 22.3. So the guy obviously knows what he's doing. I know it's not. Pac-12 isn't SEC football, but I mean that's still coaching college football.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're looking at Washington, a team this year that went pretty deep in the college playoffs. A couple plays away from actually being in the next round, close to the national championship. So exactly, this guy does know football, and our fans, Philip, they're in the chat and they're chatting it up. So before we get any further, we'll go ahead and head over to the comment section. Shout out to Jabri Harper, said rise up to you, sir. Appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. Dylan said, Emmy says, hey, what's up, little niece? Shout out to the little niece. Stormy Sapp, mom's in the chat, said happy Falcon Tuesday. Welcome, Cody.
Thank you.
Brandon Keeler in the chat said, what's good, everyone? Brandon, what's good, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. He said, I agree, Cody. I think though you're about to see a high-powered pass offense.
Can you laugh,
100%.
Man? Ready to see that something like that again.
Jabri Harper said, would love to have Higgins. Brandon Keeler said, what are y'all thoughts about Arthur Smith signing with Pittsburgh? Philip, do you want to chat about this for a little bit? Arthur Smith, not even a year without a job. Arthur Smith is already back in the NFL coaching. Philip, your thoughts about Arthur Smith in Pittsburgh?
All I got to say is good luck to him. But the problem he had here with us was he tried to do too much more than he could handle himself. Maybe he'll be all right as just a regular offensive coordinator again. Who knows? But good luck to you. Shout out to you, Smith. But good luck to you. Good luck.
That sounded really weak, Philip. But yeah, shout out to you, Arthur Smith. Do your thing over there, dog. But like I said, when you come to Atlanta, there ain't no love. There ain't no love at all. Next comment here, Caleb in the chat. He said that offense is going to look a lot better.
Let's hope.
Facts.
Let's pray.
Evans working next to Drake. That would be cray. That's Jabri Harper. Exactly, bro. I mean, there'd be so many targets on the field at once, man. Like, and then you're looking at the possibility of, if you keep a Jonnu Smith. I mean, that's an if. That's another player there that put over 500 yards on the ground this year. So. Very, very deadly backup tight end here in the NFL with Jonnu Smith. Let's see. Kranu Patel said, "Rise up, crew." Shout out to you, dog. He said, "No comment on the Arthur Smith." Justin Newman said, "What's good, fella? What's good, Justin? Appreciate you tuning in, brother."
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Michael Lotworth said, "Okay, so who is the Boots' new coach?" Philip, break them down. Tell them from head coach all the way down to DC. Let them know. Special teams, whatever. Let them know.
Starting with head coach, we got that man back. We got that man back. Offensive coordinator, we just signed. It was Zach Robinson, and also defensive coordinator, which is also that man Jimmy Lake.
Yes, sir.
Special teams coach, I'm pretty sure stayed the same.
Yep, Marquise Williams, still the same guy. Still nice little coach staff we got here, man. If you're new to the channel, dog, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the like, share to another Falcon friend. Curtel said, "Not our problem anymore." Philip talking about Smith, definitely not our problem anymore.
Got that right.
Justin Newman said, "Man, we're going to be more powerful and aggressive with these coaches we have."
Can't wait, man.
We talked about it a little bit in the chat, man. We've been talking, quarterback scenarios in Atlanta, but now you actually look at it as a whole. Since we last talked, we finally have an OC. We got our DC. We know who our head coach is. Has anybody's views changed on quarterbacks? Who are we taking? Is it vet? Is it rookie? Cody, starting with you, what is your thoughts on this quarterback situation right now?
Well, I was a Kirk Cousins. Kind of wanted Kirk Cousins to come here and get that veteran presence here. He's looking for $45 million, 2 years, and I think like $90 million guaranteed. That's out of my price range, man. I would say so. At this point, you got to go rookie. I'm hot on Jaden Daniels out of LSU. I think the kid is, has got super strong arm strength. He's got that ability to run. A good decision maker. So I think at this point, unless Kurt's going to take $15 million cut and make that more like a 35, not happening, man. I would say go young. We'll deal with the growing pains and go from there.
I was in a group chat. Shout out to One Time for the Family. We was talking Kirk, and we was talking Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, and I just kept saying I just could not see myself going Justin Fields over Kirk Cousins. And then the news breaks about how much he wants, and I'm looking at this realistically, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a Justin Fields move. Maybe it's a rookie move. Who knows what's going to happen here in Atlanta? Whatever it is, man, I'm sure going to back it. I mean, I'll be repping them. I may even buy the jersey. Who knows? Whoever's the quarterback, I will rep. But Philip, your thoughts on the quarterback situation? Is it Justin Fields, a guy you do not like? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Kirk Cousins? Is it Russell Wilson? Who is it? Or is it a rookie? Talk to me.
If we can get a good deal out of Russell, I'm cool with Russell. But I'm still laying more to the rookie side. I'm going to get somebody that's, for many years, I'm trying to say. Oh, I want Jaden Daniels in Atlanta. That's who I wanted since day one. Kid's just crazy with it, whether it's burst of speed, throwing ability, he's a highlight, man, and something I feel like would run well and would go perfect with our offense. You know what I mean? So I'm still stuck on not Justin. See, you done got me crazy out here.
Justin Fields to Atlanta. You heard it first, folks. Philip said it here on Dirty Fanatics United.
I'm stuck on Jaden Daniels. That's my guy.
If I'm going rookie, Jaden Daniels is definitely my move. I'm not passing up on Drake May if we don't trade up and Drake May's sitting there at 8. That's definitely your quarterback. If I'm looking at rookie, man, I'm looking at Russell Wilson. And no, it's not my sexiest pick with Justin Fields, but it's a possibility. I would love to have Jaden Daniels, a young Jaden Daniels, man. Somebody, you finally got a quarterback coach now. You bring TJ Yates from receiver coach up to quarterback coach. Somebody now that can maybe mentor. If you keep Desmond, somebody there to help Desmond out. He didn't have that as a rookie. Now he's actually having a quarterback coach in his third year in the NFL, which is crazy to me, man. I mean, when have you ever heard of a rookie coming into the league with no quarterback coach for 3 years? It's crazy.
It just shows the competence and certain things in our ex-coach.
Real quick, Cody, Philip, y'all's thoughts on TJ Yates moving from receiver coach to quarterback coach?
I guess I'll go first, but I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Somebody that used to play quarterback, of course, knows how to be a quarterback. You know, it's something we've been needed for the past 2 seasons, especially for Desmond. But it seems like we're moving to a different route now. So it's once we get the guy, say rookie. I'm thinking rookie, but if we go rookie, that gives the rookie a chance to come in and hey, he's already got something Desmond didn't have, so he has a
There's
step
a comment
further.
you'll like, Philip.
Yeah, no, I agree with Philip on this. I don't know how you have a rookie quarterback brought in Desmond Ritter if you don't have a coach for him, man.
It's
Right.
crazy.
I understand that if you've got Matt Ryan here still, I
Right.
understand that because Matt Ryan is basically a coach on the field.
Right.
I get that, but
Right.
for Arthur Smith not to have somebody
Just
to
make it look bad.
stand next to Desmond and be like, no, we don't do that, man.
Yeah.
It's bad. So I definitely like the move. It already kind of again, like Philip said, it already kind of shows that this coaching staff seems a little more competent with Raheem as at the helm.
Dylan in the chat, man, staying with the Desmond. Dylan's big on Desmond Ritter, Philip. I don't know what he sees in the kid. And hey, and shout out to Dylan. Maybe you're right. Maybe they come out and say, guess
Right.
what, guys? You thought you was getting a quarterback. It's Desmond Ritter week 1 in Atlanta. So your
Yes.
thoughts?
Des has potential. I'm just gonna say, whether people agree or not, Desmond has showed potential. It could be, eventually he could work in that way to be the franchise quarterback. We don't know, but he does have potential. Whether he's here with us doing it or not, he's got potential. But I'm still
I mean, yeah, he's an NFL quarterback. He can throw the football. He's got good accuracy. At times, he's just too inconsistent. That's the big problem. The turnovers.
with a coach.
He will. But to me, I'm not starting the year off for Desmond Ritter. Not the way it finished last year. Not starting that. So Dylan, wake up, dude, because that's not happening. Caleb said trade up for Daniels. I'm down with it. You might not have to.
Might not have to.
Yeah,
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
The draft.
Let's talk
goes
about it.
crazy
Let's talk
thing.
about it. We're gonna do a mock draft here eventually one night here on the show. We're gonna do a mock draft.
The draft
But,
is a crazy place.
Listen to what I'm saying, Philip.
That's
So
what we think.
let's go, Philip. Pull it up. Pull up the top 10. Pull up the top 5 draft picks. Do top 8, hell, top 10, whatever. And we're gonna go down and we're gonna base who's taking the quarterback, because if I'm not mistaken, Philip, there's 7 to 8 teams right now in the NFL that need a sure definite quarterback, and you don't have that many bets that I would be comfortable with starting this season off with. So therefore, I believe rookie quarterback is a big thing that goes here in this draft. And I could be wrong. It could be the year like when Ritter and them came out and no quarterback went until like late. But
Your man Daniels, our man Daniels is not even on the top 10.
that's cap, bro. He's gonna trend up. He's gonna trend up.
Hey, it's according on what teams want, but as top 10 prospects, he's at the moment he's not on that top 10.
What's my top 10 draft order?
Like the draft board.
Yeah, like the draft board. Brandon said talks are Atlanta is going after an edge rusher. That could be true there in Dallas Turner. Cody, your thoughts there on an edge rusher here in Atlanta?
Yeah. Well, let's say my thing is man, I got to have a quarterback. You've got to have a quarterback. You just do, man. We cannot go into this season with Desmond Ritter as our starting quarterback.
No.
Like you said, I like the kid. He works his butt off. He's definitely good when he's good, but when he's not, he's not. Maybe that changes with Yates coaching him up, but I really think that we can be strong. Now, I want to kind of get into this is with Raw coming over here and Jimmy Lake coming over here. Rumor is Aaron Donald wants to come over here. So you get a healthy Grady Jarrett. You have Amuamata. You've got Donald, and then find a way to bring back Calais. Who needs that rusher at that point? You know, especially with Grady Jarrett coming back next to
And
Aaron Donald. He's so
and
nasty.
a very young Zach Harrison behind Calais Campbell.
Exactly.
That really
Yes.
came up at the end of
Showed
the
out.
season, man. Showed out. Philip, that game when we went to the Colts, was it the Colts game? Yeah, the Colts game. That's where it really started, dude. He started there, and it was boom, boom, boom. Zach Harrison, a guy that's definitely worth that draft pick. We went and got him from Ohio State. Excuse me. Philip, we talked a little bit about the offense. We talked about the defense a little bit, that new head coach. We talked about receiver, but there's a position that we haven't talked about yet, and that's DBs. We've talked about it a little bit, but if we're looking through our DB room, if we're talking, defensive backs, who are you keeping? Who are you getting rid of? You have an AJ Terrell. You got a young Clark Phillips. He's obviously staying. You got Okuda. That's on a 1-year deal. There's more. I mean, Trey Flowers. You look at Abernathy. There's the secondary. There's a lot of people. Philip, are you rocking with Okuda heading into year 2, or are you gonna go find that lockdown cornerback? Since a guy like Jalen Ramsey's tweeting about Raheem Morris.
If Jalen is willing to come to Atlanta, I am willing to let Jeff Okuda walk and bring in someone like Jalen Ramsey to work with somebody like Clark Phillips and AJ Terrell. To me, that's that you can teach Clark, bring him up and be the next big thing, and then also work along with AJ Terrell that's doing his thing. That's big. You know what I mean? To me, that's the only one I think of right now in mind is Jalen Ramsey at the moment. I know I've had certain things I didn't like about him in the past, but you can't deny that he's a good DB. Can't deny it. He has been cocky and annoying, but he is that guy. So I wouldn't mind bringing him to it.
Cody, your thoughts?
You know what? Jalen Ramsey's would be a great addition to that secondary. I'm probably one of the only people to say this, but I actually thought Jeff Okuda did okay. Now he did get hurt, and I know it kind of fell off there a little bit. Yeah. But I think you bring him back healthy. He was a number one draft, or not a number one draft pick, but a first round draft pick for a reason, man. I would say I think we found a way to use him that they weren't using him in Detroit. I'm okay with rocking Jeff Okuda coming back in. Now, I'm not going to say no if Jalen Ramsey's going to be, cheap and, come in, where we could still sign other players around. But I'm okay with Jeff Okuda coming back.
100%. I can agree there. Okuda definitely did good. He got hurt, like you said. That injury definitely put him back. There was a second there before the season even started. We thought Jeff Okuda's season was over with when the injury report that the cart came out and picked him up. Twitter world was going crazy. Facebook was going crazy. So I'm cool with Jeff Okuda coming back. If Jeff Okuda's healthy, if he'll take a friendly deal, something that'll help us out, cheap contract, sure. Another year with Okuda, but like you said, you have to entertain the fact of Jalen Ramsey. Headed to the comment section real quick. Philip, here's a comment. This one we got to talk about. Cody, don't forget there is talks Grady is going to be traded and or released that would free up $12 million in cap space and generate only $2 million in dead money. Going around the table, starting with me, our thoughts on this. Hell no. Do not trade Grady. That's your only to me, that's your only D lineman that has done anything since the Super Bowl era. He's the only one that's, made the defense any kind of grit to that defense was Grady Jarrett. We've seen it this year when Grady went out. The production of that D line, the sack rate plummeted. Tackling run game was phenomenal when you could run against Atlanta because Grady Jarrett was out. Grady plays a lot into this defense, man, and it's set right now. I believe you like Cody said, if you can bring back Calais Campbell, maybe bring in an Aaron Donald. If you draft that Dallas Turner, this defense could be hellacious and still be a top 10 next season. Cody, following over to you, though.
Yeah, no, you don't get rid of Grady Jarrett. I don't care what he costs you. He's too good, man. He's the leader of this defense. He's a leader in the locker room. You don't take players like that out of the locker room. You don't take players like that off your team. You don't trade away
And the connection with Raheem too, man. The connection there.
I believe Grady Jarrett's best defensive year was under Coach Raheem.
Yep, 6.5
so
sacks.
again, you can't get rid of Grady Jarrett. That's the heart and soul of that defense. I tell you what, I guarantee you, Grady Jarrett's healthy for that Cardinal game, healthy for that Viking game. He's on the field. That 3rd and 13,
Which
4th and
pushes
whatever
you
does
right
not
into the
happen.
playoffs.
That doesn't happen with Grady Jarrett on the field, man.
Philip, your thoughts on the Grady? If you want to add anything else to that, I feel like we nailed that right on the head. But
Pretty much
heading to the next comment here, man. Fans are kind of tired of losing, man. And this one here, Philip, this is something that's been talked about a lot through Twitter and other sites. It says, unfortunately, bye to AJ. Y'all's thoughts on AJ Terrell leaving Atlanta? Contract year is coming up. Is that somebody you franchise tag? Your thoughts on that, Cody?
AJ Terrell stays. I've not had any problem with him. He gets burned every once in a while, but who doesn't? In the NFL. I mean, even Darrell Rivas got burned a few times.
Yep.
I think AJ is probably your leader in that DB room. He plays tough. He plays physical. Man, every time the camera pans out, 24 standing somewhere around the ball. AJ Terrell is a Falcon. I think if you have to franchise tag him, tag him.
Yeah, for sure. You get that cheap deal, franchise tag. Philip, your thoughts on AJ Terrell staying in Atlanta, or is he going? I'm glad this comment came up, man, because Philip, go ahead, but I'm going to pull a poll up. I actually did a poll on Twitter for this actual comment. Go ahead.
I kind of agree with what Cody said. I mean, who don't get burned? You know what I mean? It is what it is. He comes back after certain things. He does come back and try, and always steps up the next play afterward, whether something bad happens or not. He keeps his head up and keeps going. I think he's here to stay. I don't see him going anywhere, but it could happen.
Let's be real. D Hop's 2 catches were flukes, and they were both offense pass interference.
That'd be hot.
Never been a catch. So, real quick, this poll that I did on Twitter, I did this on the 20th of this month. It says, is AJ Terrell safe? I did a little poll, yes or no. 62% of Atlanta Falcon fans say yes, AJ's safe. 38% of Falcon fans say no, AJ Terrell is not safe. So, I mean, it's kind of cool. I do the polls over on Twitter every now and then, so definitely check them out. But, I mean, that's a good bit of your fan base that still believes in AJ Terrell. This is a guy, man, that's been a top 5 cornerback since he came in the league, dude. Like, this guy hasn't fell out of the top 10 cornerback list since he's been in the league. That's something fancy to think about. I think AJ's safe. There's a lot of players that we're going to look at as this offseason goes on. We talk about Kyle Pitts a lot here on the show. A fan favorite of Kyle Pitts. But there's rumors that Kyle could be traded for a draft pick. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about, which gives us here at Dirty Fanatics United something to chat about, because without the rumors, without the tweets, we wouldn't have a podcast, because that's what keeps us going. But real quick, Cody, your thoughts of possibly trading up, getting rid of Kyle Pitts to receive a quarterback for the future?
Man, that's another tough one.
That's tough.
I personally am a fan of Kyle Pitts. I think that he hasn't benefited from the scheme that we've run. I think Arthur Smith didn't use him as well, but I also think a lot of Kyle's problem was coming off that injury. He came up limping a few times. I saw him.
Yep.
I think I don't think you can get rid of him this year. I think you got to run him back, one more year, see what he's got, let him be fully recovered, be comfortable on that injury, see what he does. There are other ways to move up in the draft if you have to, but not for Kyle Pitts, not for Grady Jarrett, not for your key guys. I think you got to find a way to keep those guys. If you want to move up, find another way to do it.
Philip, your thoughts on the trade rumors for Kyle Pitts?
I gotta agree. That's basically just giving up a generational talent there that you can't.
Top 4, the only tight end to ever go at number 4. If you trade him away.
Another fall, like besides the injury that we noticed together when we watched the game, him getting up limping and certain things, but he also hasn't had the top tier quarterback since Matt Ryan to be throwing him the ball. He has been open plenty of times, just haven't been seen. So that's a lot of the production things there too as
Millie
well.
Mills, what's good, brother?
So I don't. I agree. I think we find another way to move up in the draft to get the quarterback that you want.
And that's very possible. You could trade away next year's first round pick and swap a first this year and probably a second, and you're right there in the top of the draft. So you may not have to get rid of a player. This was just predicted off of what Carolina did when they traded their picks and plus their top receiver, DJ Moore. Millie Mill says, I think AJ or Tyler might be trade bait to move us up in the draft. Philip, your thoughts, Cody, you as well, the running back. You got not AJ. You got Bijan Robinson, you got Tyler Algier, and you got Cordell Patterson. Out of those three, give me two that stays on the roster. That's easy, right? That's easy, right?
Bijan and Tyler Algier.
Okay, so that there is my two backs that I'm going into the season with. If I'm trading anybody for bait, it's got to be Cordell Patterson, the Joker. And let's just be real, man. Cordell Patterson is still that guy. Maybe it was the play calling, but we lost production this season from Cordell Patterson. And I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was because Arthur Smith not wanting to play him, too much time for Bijan. We talked about it throughout the year. Bijan gave the ball way too much because the defense was figuring out, and we were just handing the ball on crazy ass plays, and it just didn't make sense. But Millie Mills, that's very possible. AJ could be traded, and it could be Tyler. I could be wrong. They may not go into the season with two dominant backs, but to me, man, Tyler's that bruising running back, running back that you need. Y'all's thought on the Tyler Algier trade bait?
No, you can't get rid of Tyler, man. Bijan, I love Bijan. I love me some Bijan, but man, there is nothing like watching Tyler, handed the ball and just busting people up. Fourth quarter, he's a beast, man. If you're going to keep two people, you better keep Bijan. You better keep Tyler. I love CP. I think a lot of his problem, I don't know if y'all felt kind of how I did. I don't know if there was beef with him and Coach Smith, but, there was, CP sending out some tweets. So I'm not really sure what that was about. Don't want to speculate on that because I have no idea. But, man, find somebody that wants a Cordell Patterson because, like you said, he's still that dude. But I think you get way more production out of a Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson backfield.
Yeah, exactly. You look at the year we went to Super Bowl, and I don't want to dwell on the past too much, but you had a Telvin Coleman and you had a freaking Devontae Freeman. I mean, look at what you got with Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson. I mean, it ain't similar. It's better. I mean, that's to me, this is a better duo now than what you had in the past.
They have the abilities to what they had, but better. Bijan has the cuts that Freeman had, but it's better. Algier's, not as fast as Tevin Coleman, but he's a thumper, something Coleman wasn't. These two together is just better to me than what that two duo was, and you can't knock that duo down because they were incredible, but you just can't get rid of this duo, not this early. So I'm with y'all with that. Got to keep Algier.
Head to comments real quick. I've lost where I'm at on this Facebook, man. Listen, if you're on Facebook, please do me a favor. If you're on Facebook, please head over to Dirty Fanatics United on YouTube at DFU. You can type in Chase_ATL right here on the somewhere. Yeah, right there at Chase_ATL. Type that in on YouTube. Head over to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button on there. Facebook does weird things, and sometimes it won't let me go live on Facebook. Sometimes it won't let me see your name on Facebook, and some people it will. I think you've got to go to StreamYard and allow that to happen, but Facebook user here says a receiver too could help. Definitely could help. We definitely need a receiver too. We talked about it a little bit earlier in the show. T. Higgins, possibly to Atlanta, and you could definitely draft one. There's a lot of great receivers coming out of this draft itself. Says Cody, your mom said Pitts needs to stay and Robinson. We can all agree, moms. We all agree.
Agreed.
All of us. And a great QB. Facebook said, this is Miss Crystal. She said, I don't think Pitts was fully healthy this year. Definitely wasn't. And then you get the news after the season's over with.
ACL and PCL, right?
Yes. I mean, it's a whole mess, man.
We didn't even know. All we knew was just the ACL. So we didn't know anything about the PCL.
Miss Crystal said, we don't need to do anything Carolina did.
I agree.
No
She's
lie
talking about
there.
the trade.
I agree.
Jeff Wolf says Patterson is gone. Shout out Jeff Wolf. Philip, you
Oh.
remember Jeff Wolf?
Yes, sir. I do.
He says Patterson's gone, man.
I
I
gotta.
I think it is too. I think it's time. Cornell said, unfortunately, I believe he's talking about CP being gone.
Yeah.
Dylan in the chat said we going week 1. Cody, I know you there week 1. That's a
Yes, sir.
definite. You're there week 1. Philip, we going week 1. I want to be there. I want to be there. I've been there the past 4 years, but the baby's on the way, man. The baby will be here at the end of August, and the game starts September the 8th. So that's gonna be tough right there. I'm probably gonna miss a little bit of training camp, but I'm gonna be. Cody, are you going to training camp this year?
I'm gonna try to get out there if work will let me go.
Okay, so if you go, we're gonna figure out a day we can all meet up at training camp and do a little coverage of training camp like me and Philip did last year. But we're gonna at least come out one day for training camp. Don't know what day it is, but stay tuned for that, Falcon fans. But real quick, we've already hit our 37-minute mark, so the podcast is pretty much about over with. I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in. If, like I said, if you're on YouTube, head over to. If you're on Facebook, head over to YouTube and subscribe for sure. But also, if you're in here in the chat, it only happens if you're in the live chat. Hashtag DFU if you want the chance to win a free DFU hoodie. I'm going to throw the pictures up one more time. Got a black one right here. And then we got the white one. It'll be of your choice. We're going to give away. It's either going to be a hoodie. It's either going to be a hat. Y'all's choice. Throughout the year, DFU was trying to give a ticket giveaway, but we didn't have enough people that entered the raffle, so we couldn't do the ticket giveaway. So enter these raffles, man, so we can save up and give away something bigger. We gave away a signed Jesse Bates bucket hat. Michael Turner's signature was on it.
Training camp.
Yeah, the thing was full of signatures. Me and Philip went personally and got all those signatures on there. And we did the raffle live here on the podcast, and our girl Kiki won it. So shout out to Kiki, and I know she appreciated that. But that's enough of me rambling. Cody, your shout outs for today, and then Philip, follow it up.
Got it, man. I would say, well, again, I just want to thank you all for bringing me back permanently. I would say it's awesome. I would say there's nothing better than getting to sit here and talk about Falcon football with two big Falcon fans as well. Shout out to everybody that showed up to come watch the show. Hopefully I did all right. Well, let's say definitely nervous for the first one. Got it out of the way, get it under the belt, learn. But other than that, shout out to Falcon fans and rise up, guys.
Philip, shout outs for tonight, brother.
Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. You know, without y'all, there ain't nothing out of us. You know what I mean? We don't get to sit here and do this. But you know, shout out to
Philip, write that down, please.
I got you. Shout out to Raheem. You know, let's get to work, baby. Shout out to all the players. You know, you do what you always do, baby. We got to come back this season and got to get some wins on our belt. But other than that, rise up and let's get to it, baby.
Michael Lotwer, we got you on the hashtag DFU. Philip's going to write that down. That'll be, like I said, we'll do that giveaway in about a month and a half. We want to make it a big giveaway because I got a couple other things. The hoodie is just a big giveaway. We're going to have some small things that we give away with that as well to other people. So like I said, it's not just one winner. It's going to be 5 to 6 winners. So be sure to enter hashtag DFU. That's all you got to do. Millie Mills in the chat said, we just got to do it. The chat, hashtag DFU. Philip, put Millie Mills down for hashtag DFU. Facebook user here. We got another one, Cornell Patel. Write that down as well, Philip. Hashtag DFU, man. We trending. That's what I love to see. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight, man. Shout out to everybody that's new to the channel. Like I said, the channel's been growing tremendously this past month, and that's much love to all the other podcasters that we've had here on the channel, man. We did a big collab with Atlanta Falcon content creators about a week and a half ago. Biggest show we've had yet. 700 views, 198 live in the chat. So, man, shout out to Smitty, shout out to Berto, shout out to One Time for the Fan. out of your Falcon mind. I've thanked them at least 20 times, but since that, man, we've gained at least 30, right at 30 subscribers, I'd say, and 700 views on a single video. Now our views are from 70 to 180 on a live. So shout out to them, man. Shout out to y'all actually tuning in to DFU. It's been in a dream of mine and Phillips for quite a while, and to see it finally about hit 300, we greatly appreciate it. But once again, shout out to you, Cody, for being the new co-host here at DFU. Shout out to Philip for starting this thing up with me. And shout out to Raheem Morris, man. Maybe we get this thing rolling. Maybe Falcon football can be exciting to where we're in the postseason. We're in the bins just last Sunday cheering on the Falcons. You know what I mean?
Sir.
Let's play some late January football next year. Shout out to, once again, Raheem, new OC, new DC. Shout out to Arthur Blank, man. As always, it's your boy Chase, Phillip, and Cody. A-Town down.